Hi students, today we are discuss about the topic process of fertilization in angiosperms. Okay, see this question is very important in inter first year botany. Okay, in previous class we learned about the mature angiosperm embryo sac structure. The next question is process of fertilization in angiosperms. So first of all, what is the meaning of fertilization? Okay, see here, fertilization means the pollen tube enter into the ovary and the male gametes fuses with egg cell and forms the zygote. See here, the pollen tube enter into the ovary and male gametes and egg cell fuses. Then zygote is formed. So this process is called as fertilization. Okay, now once again the pollen tube enter into the ovary. See here, this is ovary. When the pollen tube enter into the ovary, the male gamete fuses with egg cell. See here, the male gamete fuses with egg cell and forms zygote. This process is called as fertilization. Okay, what is the meaning of fertilization? The male gamete fuses with egg cell is called as fertilization. Okay, so see here, in this fertilization process few steps are there. First one, entry of pollen tube. Okay, so first step is entry of pollen tube. Next one, double fertilization. Third step, triple fusion. So see here, entry of pollen tube. See here, the development of male gamete. Okay, see here, this is the pollen grain. Pollen grain divided once and forms one generative cell and vegetative cell. Next, generative cell once again divided and forms two male gametes, and vegetative cell forms pollen tube. Okay, this is the development of male gametes. Okay, see here once again, this is pollen grain. Pollen grain once divided into two cells. First one, large cell generative cell, other cell vegetative cell. Next, generative cell once again divided into two cells. So these two cells are called as male gametes and vegetative cell turns to pollen tube. So this is the formation of male gametes. Okay, when the male gametes are developed in pollen tube, the pollen tube enter into ovary. So the entry of pollen tube into ovary through the different ways. So see here, first one porogamy, second one chalajogamy, third one mesogamy. Okay, porogamy, chalajogamy, mesogamy. See here, this is embryo sac structure. Okay, this is inner side part is embryo sac and this total part is oval. Okay na, this is the ovule. So see here, entry of pollen tube through the micropillae. So the pollen tube enter into the ovary through the micropillae is called porogamy. Okay, so see here, this is pollen tube, this is micropillae. Porogamy means entry of pollen tube through the micropillae is called as porogamy. Okay, next one, chalajogamy. This is chalaja and this is integuments, this is micropillae. Okay, the pollen tube entry through the micropillae is called porogamy. The pollen tube entry through the chalaja is called chalajogamy. Okay, pollen tube entry through the chalaja is called as chalajogamy. Next one, mesogamy. Pollen tube entry through the integuments is called as mesogamy. So this is ovule. In ovule, this is chalaja and these are integuments and this is micropillae and this is funicle. Okay, so porogamy means entry through the micropyle. Chalajogamy, pollen tube entry through the chalaja. Mesogamy means pollen tube entry through the integuments is called mesogamy. These three ways is entry of pollen tube into ovary. Okay, this is the first step. Next one, double fertilization or triple fusion. See here, when the pollen tube entry into ovary, okay, or after entering pollen tube into embryo sac, pollen tube burst. Okay, when the pollen tube entry into embryo sac, then pollen tube burst and release two male. Here, this is two male gametes release. Okay, see here, after entering pollen tube into embryo sac, pollen tube burst and release two male gametes in embryo sac. Okay, then one of male gametes moves towards the egg cell. See here, entry of pollen tube. Okay, after the entering pollen tube, the pollen tube burst and two male gametes release in embryo sac cytoplasm. Then one of male gamete moves towards to egg cell. See here, one male gamete fuses with egg cell and formed zygote. This is called syngamy. Okay, one male gamete fuses with egg cell is called syngamy. The result of syngamy, zygote or diploid cell is formed. This is syngamy. Next, the other male gamete is, see here, the other male gamete moves towards to polar nuclei and fuses with them. See here, this is polar nuclei. The second male gamete fuses with these polar nuclei and them to produce triploid primary endosperm nucleus. Okay, PEC. PEC means primary endosperm cell. Okay, see here, first one, here syngamy means one male gamete fuses with egg cell. Next, another male gamete fuses with polar nuclei and forms triploid primary endosperm nucleus. As this involves the fusion of three haploid nucleus. Okay, this is two polar nuclei and one male gamete fusion of three haploid nucleus. It is termed as triple fusion. Triple fusion means, here see, this is triple fusion. Triple fusion means two polar nuclei and one male gamete. So these three haploid nucleus fuses. That's why this is called triple fusion. Three nucleates are fuses. That's why this process is called triple fusion. Next, since two types of fusions, syngamy and triple fusion, take place in embryo sac, it is termed as double fertilization. See here, double fertilization means syngamy plus triple fusion. See here, syngamy plus triple fusion is called as double fertilization. Here see, syngamy is one fertilization. Egg cell and male gamete fuses and forms zygote. This process syngamy. This is the first fertilization. And polar nuclei plus another male gamete fuses and form primary endosperm. So this is second fertilization. These two fertilizations, syngamy and triple fusion, these two fertilizations occurs in embryo sac. That's why it termed as double fertilization. Okay, next one, the central cell after become the primary endosperm cell and develops into endosperm. Okay, these polar nuclei and male gamete fuses and form primary endosperm nucleus. This primary endosperm nucleus develops into the endosperm, while the zygote develops into an embryo. Okay, here see, this is egg cell and male gamete fuses and forms zygote. So these zygote develop into embryo, then this primary endosperm nucleus also develops into endosperm. Okay, this is the process of fertilization. First one, entry of pollen tube in three different ways. Next one, double fertilization. Double fertilization means triple fusion and singamy. Two fertilizations are occurs in embryo sac. That's why this is called double fertilization. Two polar nuclei, one male gamete fuses and form primary endosperm nucleus. This involves the fusion of three haploid nucleus. That's why it is termed as triple fusion. Okay. After the fertilization, primary endosperm nucleus develops into a endosperm while the zygote develops into a embryo. So this is the process of fertilization in angiosperms. Okay.